Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Sister Change. As always, we're your hosts, Tammy and Martine, here to bring you exciting conversations about making events more planet and people conscious. And welcome back to part two about hybrid events.
Yeah, today let's start with some additional best practices for hybrid events. What I've seen work really well is having a dedicated moderator for the virtual audience. This person monitors the chat, brings up questions, and even directs conversations between virtual attendees.
Yes, think of it like a virtual concierge and virtual info desk. And speak of those chats, it's crucial to create networking opportunities for virtual attendees. Breakout rooms or virtual lounges are so great for this. I've been to events where virtual participants join virtual breakout rooms via their phones or laptops in between sessions, while people at the conference are getting from room to room during coffee breaks. It was such a cool way to see their dedicated attention to the virtual attendees.
Hmm. And don't forget the content, because make sure your visuals, slides, and videos are optimized for both audiences. A presentation that looks great on a big screen might be hard to read on a laptop, so just keep that in mind.
Absolutely. So consider the flow of your event. Don't make virtual attendees sit through long gaps where nothing is happening. If there's
Mm.
an in-person lunch break, maybe offer a virtual behind-the-scenes tour or an at-home lunch break for the virtual crowd to give them a break from all the content.
That's right. Just because the virtual attendees are joining remotely, it doesn't mean that they don't need a break from consuming all the content and sitting behind a screen all day. We are talking a lot about virtual fatigue, so please be mindful of that.
And this goes both ways. If you're showing a pre-recorded content to virtual attendees, stream it on the screen for the in-person attendees too, so everyone feels like they're part of the same moment.
Absolutely. So when you're building your program, it's great to think about it as two separate programs when you're thinking about the flow of the day, but as one singular program when you're thinking about the actual content. All right, now let's tackle the elephant in the room. Take failures.
Oh no, my screen froze. What do I
Exactly. Tech mishaps are inevitable. But here's the thing, they don't have to derail your event. Preparation and proactive planning make all the difference.
do? Agreed. The foundation of avoiding disasters is testing. And I mean real testing. Run comprehensive tech rehearsals involving all your speakers, moderators, and your tech support team. Simulate the actual event day conditions as closely as possible. For instance, if your speakers are presenting remotely, make sure they're testing from the same location, same device, and internet connection that they will use on the big day.
That's a great point, Tammy. Another critical step is assigning clear roles for your team. Hybrid events have many moving parts, so you need a well organized crew. One person should monitor the chat for virtual participants, another should handle technical troubleshooting, and someone else must manage the in person attendee experience. Just don't assume one person can do it all.
Exactly. And here's a pro tip, always have a plan B. If your primary platform fails, have a backup ready to switch to. For example, if your event is running on Zoom, you could have Microsoft Teams or YouTube Stream as a fallback.
Yeah, totally. And let's talk about communication. Transparency is your best friend when something goes wrong. If there's a tech issue, don't try to hide it. Address it immediately and let your audience know what's happening and what you're doing to fix it. Most people are understanding when they see you're handling the situation calmly and professionally.
Exactly. And people understand. In one hybrid event that I attended, we had a 5-minute delay because of a server issue. Instead of panicking, the host used the time to engage the audience with an impromptu Q&A to get us reflecting on the previous content in the day, as well as some light, fun questions about ourselves. It kept us entertained and then turned a potential disaster into an opportunity for us to connect with each other.
That's such a great example. It also helps to have small, low effort engagement tactics ready to go for these moments, like polling the audience, sharing an interesting fact, or even playing calmly background music while the issue is resolved.
On the topic of backup, let's not forget backup hardware. Always have extra microphones, laptops, internet hotspots on site. If you're working with remote speakers, encourage them to have a second device ready in case their primary one fails.
Great reminder, Tammy. This is where you can see that production is important. Make sure to hire or at least consult with a professional AV or IT team. They are trained to anticipate and troubleshoot issues faster than most of us can. It might feel at the beginning like an extra expense, but when you consider the cost of a tech meltdown mid event, it's worth every penny.
Yes, yes. You never know what you need until something goes wrong, and tech is one of
Yeah,
those things.
true.
And lastly, document everything. Have a detailed run sheet, a checklist for tech setups, and a protocol for handling disruptions. Perhaps even having written scripts ready to guide your team on what to say to the audience during those situations. And make sure to share those with everybody on your team. Even if it's not their role, it's just so that everyone knows what the plan is, can act quickly, and can answer questions if someone else asks them what to do in those situations.
Yeah, I think communication is really key. I think for every type of events anyway. So in the end, tech failures don't define your event. Your response does. If you're prepared and proactive, even the most unexpected hiccups can be managed gracefully, and it will leave your audience impressed with your professionalism.
Exactly. A smooth recovery can even build trust and showcase your expertise. So don't fear tech failures, just be prepared for them.
Hmm.
Now, why does all of this matter? Why should we care about giving virtual attendees the same experience or reducing the footprint of our events?
Because at the end of the day, events are about connection and access. We're a global community, and someone's geological location shouldn't bar them from attending an event that is open to a global audience. And whether someone is joining in person or remotely, they deserve to feel included and valued.
Exactly. And we're so fortunate to be living in a time where technology gives us the opportunity and ability to connect with people. And doing it in a way that shows that we care is
Mhm.
great for our planet as well as the diversity of voices in the room.
Yeah. We have the tools to create a future where events are more accessible, sustainable, and impactful. And that's something worth striving for.
Absolutely. All right. We want to hear from our audience as well. So drop your thoughts in the comments below. What are your biggest takeaways from today's video? What are some of your experiences if you hosted or attended a hybrid event? Let us know.
Yes, we'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never missed out on our sustainability deep dives.
Thanks for sipping with us today, and we'll see you next week. Until then, keep making conscious choices one sip at a time. Bye.
Bye.